right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew episode 1015. Did I get it right this time?
Yes.
I did. 1015. I'm still struggling with the 1015, right?
Yeah.
It's good to have all of you here. It is a great night. It is a great night to be alive. It is Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. What else could we ask for, right?
Right.
Man, we are just living good. This is Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. And my name is Andy. I am the guy, I guess, behind the ones and twos,
Mm-hmm.
behind the wheels of steel.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that would be me. But we're going to have fun tonight because you know what? Brandy's going to show you how to answer questions without knowing anything. Who doesn't want to do that? Who doesn't want to know that? I don't know nothing about nothing, and I'm going to get a right answer. What?
Yep.
That's what I want.
Yep.
Because you know why?
Why?
This content's heavy, man.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Brandy and I, we've always said like we don't do those weekend crash course boot camp things. I think even someone hit us up today about it. Yeah, we don't do that. That's like 3 days of a lot of content. And the chances are that you remember any of it for an exam in just 3 days of like just rushing through all this, it's pretty slim to none. It's a slim to none. You gotta have a relationship with this material. You gotta be able to get in there on these quizzes, take them down, see them different ways, be like, this is what they're gonna do. I'm gonna go left and they're gonna go right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get around it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, bobbing and weaving, getting to that right answer. Guys, because let me tell you something. It ain't about a lot of things other than looking at those questions and knowing when you're going to get fooled. They fool you on these questions.
Yes.
These real exams fool you. They really do.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. There's a lot of landmines in these questions. I like to call them, where it looks like they give you numbers, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, I ain't so good at math.
Mm-hmm.
It is difficult. No one told me I was going to have to be a math expert.
Mm-hmm.
You know why they didn't tell you that? Because you don't.
Nah.
You don't.
Nah.
Do you know why they put those numbers in there? To confuse you. Because they know you panic. They know you look at it and go, oh man, I don't remember how to divide fractions. What's this all about? Oh man, percentages. What's this all about? Right? Man, they get you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to show you how to get around that. We're going to give you some confidence. We're going to give you a little bit of some techniques and things that you need to add to your arsenal. Not just go at this like you're 12 years old and you just learned something in seventh grade and they say, hey, fill in the bubbles on that Scantron. Oh man, I might be dating myself.
I think
some kids are like, what?
What's this Scantron?
Let's just say fill in the bubbles. All right. Or,
Google.
Whatever it is they do now. I'm feeling old now.
Cahoots.
We had the Scantron. Yeah. We didn't even have no Cahoots. I don't even know what a Kahoot is. I remember the first time my daughter came at me with a Kahoot. I'm all, what is a Kahoot? Why are you playing with Kahoots? They're supposed to do your homework. Anyways, I was. I'm like, what the heck is a Kahoot? Anyways, we're gonna get this thing going. I heard something that was really good today or tonight, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna go with it. I'm watching Hard Knocks, and it's got the AFC North. And if you're not into football, that's okay. Mike Tomlin is the coach of the Steelers.
Yes.
And he was talking about there's two types of players. Okay. He's all the thriver or the survivor. You're either doing one of the two. And I don't apply that to studying as well. You're either thriving or surviving in your work ethic, in your studying, in your playing, whatever it is that you do. There's two types of people out there. There's survivors and thrivers. If you're out there and you're studying and you're barely surviving, meaning you're barely putting in the work, you're barely doing anything, and you go to the exam, what kind of results do you think you're going to get? Not guaranteed ones. That's for dang sure. It's going to be tough because you're going to be trying to survive that exam.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're taking that exam, that's an exam you don't want to try to just survive. Because you know what? You're going to put you through the paces.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if you're putting in the work during your quizzing, if you're putting in the work during your studying, if you're working the system like Kona's, and you're thriving, you're probably going to be thriving on the exam. You're not going to just be surviving. I'm going to tell you the thing about our passers and the people that pass. And, you can go look at our Kona Hall of Fame over on Instagram. You can read what everybody put, because I put the quote of exactly what helped them pass. Go read what some of these people put. A lot of these people, they're like, you know what? I felt like I could go another round or two. I felt like it didn't matter. I'm reading these questions and I already had it figured out. I didn't even read it because they're thriving. That's how they got through it. It's not mastering Q banks. It's not mastering a practice exam. It's not going, if I get a 85% in this Q bank put out by, let's just say Snap One. That's not a real company, but we're just rhyming it. But I got an 85%. Oh, that means I'm going to pass. Y'all, that's just gimmicks and myths. That doesn't mean anything, because the people that are testing you is FINRA. And FINRA's exams are written differently. They're not even written the same. They're not even in the same language. And then they throw you off with that 1995 computer with the bad Windows and a corded mouse and a corded keyboard. And you're just like, man, no one even told me I was going to have to take this thing in what do you call it? In the past times. I was going to have to go back to 1995 and take this thing and take a hard exam. Like, this whole thing's just throwing me off. Some of y'all don't even remember when mice had mouse. I had a cord. Sorry. When a mouse had a cord, or even seen a mouse. They're like, what is this? Right?
Yeah.
It's all throwing them all off, right? Unless you're a gamer, and then, we can't help that.
Yeah.
But anyways, the thing about it is that you got to thrive, and you got to put the work in, and you got to do it consistently every day. If you're going to go run a marathon, and we were just talking to somebody who's going to go take their 65, and they were like, hey, my biggest thing is I don't, I have a hard time doing the full exams or the full quizzes or whatever leading up. What do you think? Do you think I'll get prepared if I just do some quizzes here and there? It's like, let me ask you a question. If you're going to go run a marathon, you're going to go run 20 something miles, right? The week before, or 2 weeks before you go run that marathon, do you think you're going to be better prepared putting in the work and running 20 miles almost every other day? Or do you think you're going to be prepared running to your mailbox as fast as you can back and forth? Yeah, that's what I thought. Everybody should be like, no, I got to put in the 20 miles every day, because the real marathon ain't going to be like running to your mailbox. Either of those 10 question quiz, they ain't going to get you there. You got to put in the work. You got to put in it, even though if it sucks, even though it feels like it sucks, right? Even though it's like, oh man, this is such a time thing. Oh man, I got ADD. Oh man, I can't sit there long enough. Oh my gosh, my butt just kills me just sitting there. Oh my goodness, the phone keeps ringing. Oh my goodness, my kids just want this, and they keep rubbing SpaghettiOs all over my iPad. I don't care what it is. You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. One, you shouldn't have SpaghettiOs and have your kid rub it all over your iPad. That's number one. But number two, guys, you got to just get in there and just suck it up, buttercups. It ain't going to be easy. This is a hard exam for a dang reason. People work 40 something years to get this money, and they're going to entrust you to do something with it. They ain't going to let some Yahoo off the streets just go play around with the exam and go pass it and be licensed enough to go get you to put their money somewhere. That ain't going to happen. Be happy that it's tough. Be excited. Be glad that, you know what? How many people have this license in America?
627,000.
Less than half of that's women. And then a third of that's a woman of color. Y'all, this is a license that is underrepresented by so many different people. And there's still not enough people out there that have this license for how many people are in the United States of America.
True.
We all got money in these United States, right? We all gonna get old, and we all gonna retire.
Yeah.
That is a for sure business. We just waiting for you. You get what I'm saying? So there is a need, there is a want, but you know what? You got to need and want it beyond the pressures of December, beyond the pressures of that Christmas recital that's coming up that you forgot about that just came up in your email. You gotta want it past those holiday parties at your work that are the same dang thing over and over again, or at your office, right? It's the same old thing. You're right. You go there, some gossip, someone's gonna spill some tea, someone's gonna talk trash on somebody, someone's gonna drink way too much, and then you're gonna get home and you're gonna be like, man, that was a waste of my dang time. You know what I mean? Y'all need to know how to dip out of a party. You show up, you wave, shake some hands, and then go, I got to go to the bathroom. And the next thing you know, you're gone. They're like, where the heck did, oh, they went to the bathroom, but I never seen them again. I was there. I shook some hands. You know what I mean? Make some appearance, make people happy, and then dip out and go do what you got to do. Because the simple fact is, your goals are only going to be achieved if you're participating and achieving them. That's it. They don't look, the goals will still be there. But you know what's working against you? Time. You gotta just really say no. Sometimes that takes it too. You gotta have a strong discipline. And one of the strong disciplines is saying no. If we were on a diet, you gotta say no to them desserts, right? That's the hardest part. The willpower of a donut is sometimes stronger than our willpower to say no, right? You see that donut in the break room, you're like, oh man, donut would be good. But if you got a goal, you got to say no, right? If you got a goal to get this exam done and you want to get a pass notice, you got to have that fortitude to say no to some things that might be happening in this December. You love your sister, you love your nieces and nephews, but you know what you can't do? Go over there and wrap all the dang presents for your sister. You know, they got to go do that themselves, right? You got to say no to a lot of extra stuff. Not this year, sis. I gotta stay home and study. Sorry. It's gonna be me and Brandy, and we're gonna study and we're gonna take some quizzes, and we're gonna have a good January. We're gonna have a good 2025. We're gonna have a good 2024. And you look at that every single day. Write notes to yourself, write things on the mirror, write positive affirmations, write things on stickies, put it on your dashboard in your car, put it in a wallpaper on your phone, put it on your computer, put it on your light, put it wherever your eyes are. Today's my day. I'm going to make this thing happen. I'm passing this exam. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to say no. I'm going to go win. I'm going to do this. You got to talk to yourself like that. But the problem is you don't have that reinforcement. You don't got that talking to you in your head. You don't have that visual. You know what you have? Sometimes you just got that whole thing in your brain where it goes, reverts to I can't, I won't, and I don't know if I can. I hope I do. Oh no, I hope I can get this thing. Oh no, I'm gonna try. Oh no. You know, you ain't trying. That's why you're hoping. We got to do this thing. And it starts with the way you talk. Starts with the way you think. It starts what you look at. It starts with you. Doesn't matter what program you run. It starts with you. Just like you can't outrun a good diet or a bad diet, you can't outrun bad thinking. You can't outrun that bad thinking. You got to have good thinking. You got to have good, positive mental attitude. You got to be consistent. You got to be disciplined. You got to have the fortitude to say no. You got to strap yourself in. You got to say, you know what? I'm going to be thriving in this exam. I'm going to work harder than they're going to try to work me because I am going to win, and winning is what I'm going to do. That's it. And when you make those decisions like that, it don't matter what you're doing. It don't matter what you're doing. This could be applied to your business. This could be applied to every aspect of your life. And you're going to win because no one can mess with that. Got to have that strength. But we're going to get into this thing. We're going to do this. We're doing test taking techniques. Guys, if you haven't signed up with us, I don't know what you're waiting for. December 7th, our 20% discount runs out. If you have not signed up yet, we are running 20% off all of our tiers. Get in there, 20% off. 20% off. I might extend it because I want you guys all to win this thing. But December 7th, I might do the December 15th, honestly. Some people got bills until the half the month. You know what I mean? They're like, Andy, like, I want to sign up, but you know that gas bill? I want to win too, but dang, it's cold in Ohio. It's like below zero right now. Someone's telling me I gotta warm the house. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll keep it to the 15th. I don't know. But I don't know what I'll do. But the 7th for now is when we're gonna run out on that 20%. All new people signing up with Kona. Go get on that thing, man. 20% off of all tiers. When you go on there, you can actually look at it and you can go see it. Yeah. Literally, guys, It's just like Starbucks. Victoria is totally right. It's just like a Starbucks trip at this point, right? Guys, have you seen the prices of everything? We're cheaper than most people's gas, right? So I'm just saying, if you go to Starbucks, what I think only like twice this month, we'll beat it, right? So don't go to Starbucks. Make coffee at home, 2 times. Boom, Costa Kona. Boom, just like that. Eat some ramen at home a couple times. I guarantee we will be cheaper than that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Going out today is just oh my goodness. What are they making that lettuce out of? You know? Anyways, yeah, go get on it. We got our own course videos, we got live exam sessions, we got all member sessions. And I just did a whole walkthrough with the Kona system. You guys got a brand new welcome video when you sign up. Watch that thing, get going on it. I will say this: someone was saying, "Hey, I thought this was like a class that you take every day." We ain't doing that because I want hustlers. I want hustlers. Look, Brandy and I designed this thing from day one for people who don't have time because they got to win all day. These classes, these videos, these course material is designed to be taken when you have time in the early morning, late at night, at lunchtime, at break time. Carol needs to be quiet over there in the corner. I need to study. That's the time we're going to do these videos. You know what I mean? Sorry, Carol. But I'm just saying that's when we want you to do these course videos. And then you get in those live sessions and you ask Brandy questions, just like you were like, hey, you know what? I need some help on this. I need help on that. Get on those live sessions. If you can't be there, we got the Kona community, the Discord. Post a question up there. Brandy will break it down. She'll even break it down for you in a live session if you need to, and you watch the replay later. Who knows? Reach out. That's why we do this. We try to be as what do I want to say?
Accessible.
Accessible as we possibly can to help you guys out to go get them wins. So get onto it. Study guides are available. You don't need to be a member for that, but there is some tiers that do include that with it. But we do have an SIE, a 6, a 63, and we do have something for the 26. So be sure to get that 65. Brandy's got 16 more days to get it out. We'll see what happens, but we should have that soon. All right. Scan the QR code, hit the links, got the phone number there. All right. Just a reminder, tomorrow, Wednesday, there is no member sessions. This is our 1 day a week where we go take care of business, or 1 day a month. I'm sorry, we go take care of business. We'll have the Studying Brew tomorrow night, as always. We'll be on the Discord answering questions, as always. And we'll be there, but we won't have any live member sessions on Wednesday. That's fine. If you're taking a test, please let Brandy know in the Discord that if your question is because you have a test on Thursday or Friday, she'll prioritize. So make sure to at Brandy KonaButterflyz on your question if you drop it into the main chats. So that way she can make sure to see it. And if not, then just let somebody know. We also got our audios up on Spotify as well on Patreon. So if you run the Spotify account, guess what? We got you. You can connect your Spotify account to your Patreon. Boom. You got audios in the gym, got audios in the car, train, plane, wherever you're at.
Automobiles.
Brandy likes to just say automobiles. Automobiles, we got you covered. Wherever you're at, we got it. Audios, right?
Mhm.
So check it out. No time better than now to sign up. So ready? Let's go. Test taking techniques Tuesday. Let's get to the plan. Let's get to the fun of the night. Test taking techniques Tuesday. Tonight is the night. Like I said, Brandy shows you how to get to the answer without necessarily knowing any content. Guys, if you're applying, if you are looking at questions the same old way you did when you were 12, we want to show you a different way. We want to bring you into 2024 Kona style. We look at answers first. We read the question second. Why? So that way we can read the question with intent. We don't get fooled as much. We don't constantly read over and over again. But we want you to know that you don't need necessarily content to answer these questions. I don't know what Brandy has on the screen. So during these questions that go up, when I see them, it is exactly what I have zero content that I'm going to apply. I'm going to try to read it as the newest person on here. Guys, I will help you out a little bit, but just know we're looking for patterns. We're looking for opposites. We're looking for similars. We're looking for all these different things that we go over, but we got rules of test taking techniques Tuesday. Rule number 1, you're not allowed to ask what exam did that question come from. It's irrelevant. It does not matter. If I put up a question here from a health quiz, from a tattoo exam from 1974, it don't matter. You never studied that, me neither. We're going to apply the same thing. We're going to look at answers first. We're going to look at the question. We're going to look for our strategies and our techniques, and we're going to answer that dang thing. That's what we're going to do. Learn how to do that. And then rule number 2 is, how do we get good at anything? We practice. We're going to want you to go get a 10-question flash quiz, 10 questions, 10 minutes, 1 minute of thought. No overthinking, no overreading, no overdoing anything. We want you to start learning these techniques and strategies. But I wasn't good when I did that. Well, guess what? Do it again. You weren't good at walking the first time you tried, but you still got up and did it anyway, right? Thank goodness. Because otherwise you got somebody carrying you around in a backpack. I don't know. Just get yourself up and just do it again, and you do it again until you master it, right?
Yeah.
And then we running.
That's right.
Let's go, Brandy.
All right. It's a lot of words.
It is a lot of words.
It's a lot of words, but it's okay. So I got distributions, no limits, earnings, contributions. Fun fact, distributions is taking money out and contributions are putting money in. One might say that A and D are actually opposite of each other. Just because, right? So let's focus there, right? So we're going to focus our attention there. Then I'm like scanning and I see the word and, right? Distributions are not subject to federal income tax provided that they are used to pay for education, or contributions may be deducted from the donor's federal and state income tax. See, we have this thing here at Kona.
Yep.
That when you see and there's no other answer choice that has and, a lot of the times, I don't know the percentage, but a lot, too many times to ignore. It's usually the answer. Like before you even get to the question.
I got so excited I was going to say something funny, but then I started joking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it is.
It made me laugh.
There you go.
We haven't done a scientific study on
We have not.
that, but let's just say it's a lot of times.
A lot. It's too many.
My non-scientific vocabulary there. A lot of times.
A lot of times. It's a lot. It's a lot. All right. So, but that's it. So Maria wants to open a 529 savings plan for her daughter. The advantages of this type of account include all the following factors, except it's not federally tax exempt.
Boom. Did you see how she broke it down? Look for the opposite. It's one of the two. Saw that one had the and, going for it.
That's right. Circle that.
That was it.
Yeah. And I'm going to be real with you. The first time I saw this, when I saw this answer, when I saw this question earlier, I didn't even look at distributions and contributions. I just saw the and because I didn't want to read.
That was it. That was enough for Brandy to mark D.
Yep. All right. Bond anticipation notes, revenue bonds, industrial development revenue bonds, general obligation bonds. Now, one might say, because I just caught this right here, right now.
So, right.
Yeah. But this is one of those questions where I'm like, man, they're all bonds, right? So I tend to focus on the fact that this says anticipation, means it's waiting, right? We all know what anticipation means. We all know what revenue means. Revenue is money coming in.
That's what they say.
Industrial development. So I would look for something about industrial and then
developing something industrial.
Yeah, exactly.
See how we're taking this? Look, guys, if you haven't noticed, we're literally looking at these words and just interpreting it as if we were a 14-year-old who didn't study. What does that mean? Means we're anticipating revenue, some sort of money, right? No real thought.
No. And general obligation means it's generally needs to be there. Right? Because it's obligated.
Yeah. Like seriously, when we say don't think, literally look at it as an approach of like, if you were in high school and you didn't study at all and you're just looking at the answers just plainly as the words are there.
That's it. All right. So I have bonds, no duh, because everything says bonds, right?
Right.
Bonds that are backed by the taxing authority of a state or municipal government that are referred to. Okay, so if I'm looking at taxing authority of a state or municipal, does that sound like I'm waiting?
No.
Does that sound like fees?
No.
Does that sound like industrial?
No.
But do states and municipalities provide stuff we generally have to have?
Yes. Yes, please. We need roads. We need parks. We need libraries. We need schools. These are all general stuff.
And even if you didn't think of it that way, it doesn't say waiting. It doesn't say fees. And it doesn't say industry. It has to be D.
Even
by
if you don't even
process.
know what D all that means, by the process of elimination that you know it's not A, B, or C, boom, D is the answer just because that's it.
That's it.
Just because that's it.
And as like adults, because you have to be 18 to take this test, we should know this.
Yes, you should know that.
All right. Limited liability company, an S corporation, a partnership, a C corporation. So I got
Two types of corpse.
two types of corporations, right? I'm going to tell you how I remember the difference between the two after we see the question though. Okay. The question says a business entity that pays taxes at corporate income tax rates. So corporate income tax rates, this starts with a C. I'm just going with that. Now, this is how I remember this.
Did you see that answer was just like, what did I say? We're answering it like a 14-year-old who did zero studying. ICC must be corporate. That must be the answer. Guys, that is it. No thought.
So you know how we talk about small businesses? Those are usually S corps. Why? Because they're S, sort of small. And then C is for corporation. That's like your Amazons, your Apples, your big corporation.
If you didn't know that, there you go.
That's
Now
how
you
I
know
remember.
some legit knowledge just for the price of your internet and showing up. There you go.
And memorized S for small.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's it. Yeah.
it works.
Works.
All right. So I have if you look down, the advisor.
I see the advisor acted. So I guess I don't know. We're skipping all that.
Well, I'm just skipping the advisor.
Okay, cool.
Like I don't need to focus there.
All right.
So I have was sued, acted in violation, was convicted, acted in violation.
Can I say this?
Hmm.
Convicted is the only thing that really stands out to me.
Really? It's not the fact that you just got sued. You didn't get like you violated or you got convicted.
I ain't gonna lie. Sued is something, but convicted, man, that means prison. That's how I just associated my brain.
Okay, but it's bad, right?
Yeah, it's all bad.
Okay, and if you were in violation of something, is that bad?
Yeah.
Okay, if you were, so that's bad. That's bad. So out of all four of these or three of these, isn't sued the least bad?
If you're gonna ask me, yes. Yes. That is the least bad. Don't get me wrong. I don't want any of them, and I don't want to do any of them, but sued, that could have been I got sued for $20. What do I know? Right? It could have been it could have been not that bad.
Exactly.
Conviction, man. That means I got to get a jumpsuit and everything.
Right.
I got to make sure someone puts money on the books. There's a lot to that.
Let's go look at that question. All right. Which of the following would not be considered a reason to get suspended or revoked? Because you weren't in violation and you weren't convicted. So you were just because you were sued. It's just a civil suit.
Look it. Did you see how we broke that down? That's just how I'm feeling. Like, right? That was all vibes. Like, right? We just vibed that one out. Literally, that's it. All we did, we just vibed that out, right? I was like, "Ooh, that's bad. Well, that doesn't look good." Okay, I'll take the sued part. That seems not as bad. I know Disney gets sued. They're still in business.
You got to look at it like this. You got to look at these things in relation to each other as well as the real world, right? Sued, violation, conviction. I'll take sued.
Right.
Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Failing to properly exercising discretion, managing assets, or disposing of or liquidating. Again, which one has bad vibe?
Which one is a bad vibe? Anybody want to try? Anybody want to vibe it out like me? Anybody want to just try it? I can't do it all. You know what I mean? Diana's going with D's, I guess, is the answer, or vibing it out. Disposing or liquidating planned assets.
You mean failing to properly doesn't ring a bell for anybody?
I mean, failing to properly diversify the plan means that is not going well.
I'm not even looking at that. It's failing.
I mean, it tells you that's the worst one, right?
Failing to properly.
I didn't want to do that one. I want to see if anybody caught the failing part.
Like failing to properly do anything is bad, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Some of y'all parents, your kid failed to close the door, to the house, and you guys left all day. That ain't good,
Look,
right?
you see that? Exactly. Failing implies you should have or should be.
You should have, could have, but you did.
See? Did we even pay attention to ERISA 404C guidelines?
We didn't see. That's why this is where this helps everybody. How many of you have gotten this question and you would have dug too deep trying to remember what ERISA is? Or would have went, oh man, I gotta go hit the books. I don't know what ERISA 404C, what is that?
Yeah, when all you really had to focus on was considered a prohibited.
You hitting up that Kona study guide, looking for the ERISA 404C in the appendix. Help me out, Brandy.
Right.
D has no number.
Oh yeah, I didn't even look at that. I just crossed that one off.
Oh.
14 is the lowest, 43, and then I put this one in the middle.
Yeah.
Or the third. That's the answer.
It's in the middle. Where the middle kid wins every time. No, I was kidding. Not every time. But you know what? That's a good one.
Okay. So I was thinking about this one.
Yeah.
For some people who like, I hate math. I'm not a math person.
I am math adverse.
But I get bored looking at things. So sometimes I like to look at things a little differently. And the way I did this was,
do you know what makes me laugh is when Brandy shows them how she gets the answer, and then there's somebody that has really loves math, and then they take the time to break it down for Brandy doing all the math. I love watching Brandy's face because it goes from I was listening, now I don't care. Because I got the answer right and I didn't have to do all that.
I mean, I did just now, right? I mean, I did. But for those of you who are like, there's no freaking way, because she wrote in the check mark, there's no way that that's the answer. Watch this, guys. Okay, ready? Net means you have to take something away, right?
Okay.
Right? Net.
Yeah, you net some fish out of the ocean.
Yeah.
You took some fish out of the ocean.
Yeah, your net salaries after taxes and all that other junk to take out. Okay. So I have assets of 65 and liabilities of 21. So 65 minus 21 is around 30 something. I mean, it's like what, 44, right? Right?
Remember, I'm math adverse.
Thank you.
Yes, Diana.
And then there's this 1.5. So then I have to divide by 1.5. Now, I don't know why. Okay, you got to work with me on this one. But I was like, it's about a third. I could probably fit about 3 1.5s in 44.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me say this again. Hold on. Let me write that. I can fit about 3 15s in 44.
Diana said yes, similar to 1.33333.
That's why this is, and then 29 is close to 30. 30 is like a third of 100. It's close enough.
Close enough. Somebody with math is probably freaking out, but you know what?
I know. I just played the third game.
This is where I like to point out this. Look, who cares about the math? C was the answer. You could do this on the real exam. And you know what I know? Is when you get your pass notice, the person at the door that hands you the congratulations, you passed paper.
Yeah.
You know what they do? They don't say, hey, Victoria, on question 30, could you show me how you did the math on that? Nobody says that.
Can you show me your long division?
No one cares. You know why? Because they're waving to you with that piece of paper and saying, congratulations. That's it. That's all that matters. You got the pass notice. You know what Victoria's not doing? She's not breaking down that math.
No.
She's like, peace out. That's right.
They do just once to get you out of there.
They do. And if you stick around to show them the math, you know what they're going to tell you?
Yeah.
Quit being weird. Get out. You passed. That's what they're going to tell you.
Quit hanging out with me.
Yeah,
please
get out of here. Get out of here. No one cares about your math.
Yeah.
No. Congratulations. You passed, and then you move on out and you're happy. Everybody's happy. You don't need to get yourself all caught up in all the math of it all. And if you don't believe me, trust me, if you want to show up to those live quizzes, those live sessions that we do every week, Brandy will break it down for you. She'll show you how the math doesn't need to apply, how it works out. And especially if you're taking the Series 65, especially, listen to me, Series 65ers. Listen, the main reason most people in the Series 65 don't pass is because they think it's a math exam.
Can I let y'all in a little secret?
Yes.
Yesterday and tonight were all 65 questions.
Tonight was all 65 questions.
And last night.
And last night.
And y'all answered them.
Proving a point.
Oh, yeah.
Proving a point.
Oh, and not Kaplan. Kaplan.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. There you go. There's my point. It's not a 65. The 65 is not a math exam.
Nope.
Most people fail because they think it's a math exam and they try to do all the math and they try to think it's going to, and they prepare for it to be a math, especially if you're doing Kaplan's. They make it seem like it's really mathy. We've had so many 65 passers this year. You know what all of them said? Really? There was no math on here. Real, like just like that, disappointed.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's not a math exam.
No, they just want you to know the concept.
Know the concept. Get close enough, like Brandy and her horseshoes with that last one.
Yes.
Right? She just got close enough to 30. That's all that matters. No one gives a rip about it being exactly on the decibel. Just get it close enough.
Close enough.
Click the answer, move on.
Because when I would do the math on the calculator, it was never one of the answers. So I just picked the closest one. Boom, done.
And guess what? She passed the Series 65 on the first go.
Yep.
Passed the Series 7 on the first go. And I can tell you this, she never read none of them big books either. No. Not a single.
No. You ain't got time.
No, got no time for that.
30 to 45 days.
Just techniques. That's it. How many days did it take you?
When I think about how much time I actually studied, 30 days.
30 days to do the 65. That was it.
Maybe less.
We have you covered. All right, everybody. No live sessions tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow night with something on the Studying Brew. Not sure if Brandy's going to pull some content out. Not if she's going to do some content and technique.
Sure either.
Not sure if she's going to do technique. She don't even know. ADD. It's legit. But you know what I know? We'll be here. Same bat time, same bat channel. And we hope you are too. Until then, everybody stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you all so much for being on. We so super appreciate you. Practice these techniques in your flash quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow night.